players already. Here is your countdown. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Man, it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here. Kicking it medium school. We got zelvzz versus ScrMz. Ooh, King of Quarantine dual cup. And right off the bat, ScrMz catches him running through the middle of the map with that combo. You've got some sneaky combos you can drop from the middle of this map. There's a little bit of kind of trickeration you can pull. Most folks tend to want to run the top of the map. You know, maybe to control that lightning gun, rain down things like flak. But if you can catch someone off guard, if you can ambush them just like he did there. In fact, you see some of the tricky movement ScrMz bringing to the table. This was his map pick. See them fighting over that rocket launcher area, moving over to minigun. So right now, you can see that lightning gun spawn was great for zelvzz. Already nailed a couple shots, allowing him to defend himself and try to fight off ScrMz, who had got control of that 100 armor, looking for that 50. zelvzz is going to be below him, probably looking to pick up a shock rifle. He's going to get zoned off of that. So the question now is what's going to happen? Ooh, coming up for this next 100 armor. Very curious to see if zelvzz, let's move over to his perspective. Oh, he's getting chased. A nice double back through the middle of that map. Oh, there we go. Face to face. He got flak versus rockets. Flak gonna annihilate him, and ScrMz, nice timing on his side, able to jump right into that 100 armor and get back any damage he had taken there, but does give up a 50 armor. He's got the combos to the back. That's going to go right around the shield. Flak ball does a little bit of damage. zelvzz, though, does have the high ground, so ScrMz can back up a little bit and try to get a better angle. Interesting move. He goes behind him to cut him off and grab that health. zelvzz surely needed to pick up some health. Where is he at right now? 72. But zelvzz right now opting to stick with the high ground and try to get some free damage. There it is. The headshot from the lightning gun takes him out. So zelvzz maybe playing with fire a little bit there, hanging out, not backing up to get health. Hits the big shot though and takes him out. Now the follow-up kills himself at the same time. A little bit of scorched earth policy there. And they're both going to reset to square one. You heard that armor grab though. We'll go on board with ScrMz now, who immediately went for that 100 armor. Kind of surprised zelvzz didn't challenge it, or at least throw like an assault grenade or something down there. But in any case, both armors going to ScrMz, absolutely stacked right now. If he can find zelvzz, he's got a good opportunity to try to extend this lead. Here we go, catching him. You see him trying to throw those shock balls behind that shield gun. So actually not much damage coming out from that engagement. Pretty good escape by zelvzz. You see him backing up and grabbing that lightning gun. That lightning gun has been so important to him already in this match. We'll see if ScrMz tries to slide over and control that on top of the shock. He's been doing a pretty good job of rotating through the shock rifle pickups, but has been giving up that lightning gun. It's tough though because you do have spawns near both. And if you spend a lot of time over by the lightning gun, you might give up control of the shock. So hard to control both. Right now, though, that lightning gun has really been zelvzz's best weapon. However, eats a combo there. The spawn right back up top. You saw him get that LG spawn. Now they're going to be fighting over that 50. 50 goes back to zelvzz. So zelvzz has been making pretty good use of that 50 armor to fight his way back into this one. Gets one lightning gun out, but that flat cannon, so deadly mid-range. For those of you who haven't maybe seen 2K4 in a while, maybe haven't even played it necessarily, the mid-range flak in 2K4 probably deadlier than any other iteration in this series. Oh, a nice combo right there. Knocks him off that 50. And everything ScrMz is doing, he's just one step ahead right there. If he's a split second late, zelvzz gets another 50 armor, can fight his way back into it on even ground. zelvzz has kept ScrMz on the run, or not on the run rather, but below max armor most of this match. But he's just coming up one or two shots short. And again, right there, with the lightning gun, takes him down to 40 HP, but loses that battle, and ScrMz right back up to 110 immediately. You just come up one shot short in multiple fights, and that's a credit to ScrMz. I mean, that's what happens when you have that extra 100 armor. Score is 6-1 right now. So the count at top is the map count. Sorry about that. That was actually a carryover from my capture the flag HUD. I was going to use that for map counts. I can actually throw a little text in there between maps here to clarify it. But in any case, you can see 6-2. zelvzz got a little bit of a hill to climb, but still plenty of time. They're playing 15-minute duels. So lots of time to turn this one around. At some point, he's going to have to get control of that 100 armor, though. Has he picked up any yet? I don't even know. You can see some of his accuracy counts. I mean, zelvzz not shooting poorly, and he finally got the shock rifle under a little bit of control. That'll certainly help him. Ooh, anti-combo right there. Both players pretty weak. Looks like 56 HP there, 38 for ScrMz. Next shot's going to get the kill. And once again, ScrMz just gets that last shot and gets away. Less than 50 health. I think that's the 3rd or 4th kill he's gotten. Where they were in a head-to-head duel and... Oh, zelvzz discovering gravity off the blast from ScrMz. And I think that's actually just going to... Did that subtract a point or did that give him the credit? I wasn't even sure there. But in any case... Another point of deficit. 6 frags lead for ScrMz, baiting him again. And ScrMz right now is just baiting zelvzz into taking damage. And it's making the difference so far. Lightning gun again coming up big for zelvzz. Another shot coming out. I'll go on board with him. He's actually got the health advantage. You can see the prediction shots. Anticipating his movement. You've got these key features at the bottom of the map between the double health packs, the shock rifle, and the nice headshot again coming up by zelvzz. So you can see the sort of comparative advantage he's finding in these lightning gun duels. Unfortunately for him, he gives up another shock rifle, and that's going to allow ScrMz to kind of force the issue, but turning the corner in the midair shot. zelvzz on fire with that lightning gun, but he needs a little bit of armor. Nice flat cannon. That's the good positional awareness. Knew exactly where he was, knew exactly how much damage. Again, that mid-range so deadly with this flat cannon. Pulls back within 4. We're about the halfway point of this one. Give a quick look at the scoreboard. You can see it. 4-point deficit. Those 2 headshots, so huge. Already 1,300 damage coming out for zelvzz with that lightning gun. So we'll see what he can do now that he's got a little bit of map control. In fact, this is probably the first point so far in this map that zelvzz has had a real semblance of map control. And even then, you can see ScrMz, all over the place with that shock rifle, putting a ton of pressure on him. zelvzz is going to have to back up to the health packs. Trying to deny that shock rifle. Oh, and another headshot. 3 so far by zelvzz, putting himself in great position. When you're up top like that, shooting down on your opponent, much better chance of hitting a headshot because it's right in center mass. So that's as much about positioning as pure Twitch aim. So nice job there by zelvzz, putting himself in a position to take the shots he wants. Has him trapped down low in that 100 armor pit. You can see, guessed exactly where he was, but couldn't quite get the shot off. But zelvzz right now purely on offense. Another headshot comes out for zelvzz. That's going to take ScrMz down. You can see all his armor gone down, under 100 HP on the run. Trying to regroup right now and just try to get some semblance of control back. We got that 50 armor right over that ledge. If we can get a 50 armor under him, we'll have some ability to fight back. But with the way the headshots have been raining down from zelvzz, you got to think at some point he's got to start thinking about actually taking control of that lightning gun. As far out of the way as it is, and as much as he may have to give up some shock rifle control, that's not really what's hurting him right now. It's all LG for zelvzz. We'll see how ScrMz adjusts. Still a 2-frag lead for ScrMz, though. He really controlled the map the entire first half of the match. So still has that luxury, gets that 100 armor, and that's huge right now. He can fight this flak-to-flak battle. Pretty even battle between these two, but nice fall-away combo. zelvzz with the back pedal combo, hits him from behind. Nowhere to go, stuck in that ditch, that little trench for the 100 armor, but nice rocket play up close here by ScrMz. Gets in his grill, takes him down to 10 HP. And both players on the hunt, but that will earn ScrMz a 50 armor. So for the first time in a bit, it looks like he's got some some control over that armor. We're gonna see, almost gets hit coming up the lift and almost eats a rocket. We've seen some nice prediction rockets back and forth between these two, if nothing else, zoning people out, pushing them away. I'm just waiting for one of those rocket spirals to collide with someone in midair and give us a nice frag video moment. ScrMz now Look at up to 140 health, has 150 armor, so just like that in the last minute or so, completely flipping map control. Now he's going to be on the hunt, trying to extend this lead back out. Down to 5 minutes to go. That'll end that spree and a 2 frag lead with 5 minutes to go. So make that a 3 frag lead. We've seen ScrMz now a couple of times. Once he gets control of the map, able to churn out a few kills in a row. It's been a little bit more slow going for zelvzz. Ooh, and right there, gets stuck in the corner again with that combo. Nice placement to go around that shield gun. And you can see ScrMz right now really getting into a groove. No downtime. Every moment he's setting up a shot, or he's picking up vials, or he's getting in position for an armor, or he's picking up a weapon. Every step is productive right now for ScrMz, and that's translating into some of those kills like that. zelvzz with nowhere to go. And a killing spree just like that to answer back, extend out to a 6 frag lead, and this could be the run ScrMz needed to secure this map. Look at that, already up to 180 health. So rare to see a full stack like that, but a little bit of damage to break him down just a bit. Oh, and then there's a headshot to answer back. zelvzz has had 4 of his own, so probably fair trades there. Nice rocket juggling. And a double kill off the spawn, and that's something ScrMz has really shown off. Just a little bit more map familiarity. He's been catching zelvzz off the spawn. zelvzz being a little bit predictable with where he's been going to kind of counterattack after a spawn. And he's given up some free kills. That's really made the difference. ScrMz, of course, you still have to get that initial kill, but off of those fights, coming off getting 2-3 kills right off the spawn, you know, that's kind of how he's built this 10 frag lead. Remember, it was a 1 frag lead, what, 2.5 minutes ago? And ScrMz on a rampage just like that. He's been doing that all game. As soon as he grabs control, churning out kills. Sign of a very experienced dueler. zelvzz was able to shoot his way back in with a flurry of kills and a killing spree of his own, but it looks like at this point, ScrMz fully in control. Going to be very difficult with that clock winding down for zelvzz to bring this one back. Well, there's a kill right there. You can see the answer, though, right on top of him with that lightning gun. We'll switch over to zelvzz's perspective, but gives up the 50 armor. Can't stop him from grabbing the shotgun. I think that's really more of that map knowledge. I mean, the positioning there by ScrMz in perfect position, knew exactly where to run through the map, what to grab. Ooh, almost the mid-air rockets. I'm kind of shocked we've seen a couple nice rocket juggles. But these two have been placing some rockets both very well throughout the map, predicting their opponent, at the very least pushing them away, you know, turning them away from a choke point or whatever the case may be. But as it is, we are down under 2 minutes to go. zelvzz looking to make something happen, but running low on time. He's got him in his sights. Close range flak. This could be an all or nothing situation. Oh, another headshot comes out, the 5th headshot of the match for zelvzz. Still going to be running extremely tight on time, but at the very least, gets himself some more momentum. You'd love to have that going into map 2. Even if you do end up losing the first map. Remember, this was ScrMz's map pick, so map 2 we're going to be, I believe, on backspace, which is a little bit more new school of a map, relatively speaking. Oh, almost another right there. Had him lined up. You see the flat coming out. zelvzz chasing him down. Less than a minute to go, so ScrMz right there for about the last minute. Was able to run away. Take enough time off the clock that this one's pretty much decided, but zelvzz has definitely shown the ability to take control of the map against ScrMz. I think he just maybe wasn't quite as instinctive. Didn't quite have this map. Oh, another headshot. The 6th headshot of the match for zelvzz. Definitely just shooting himself back into this game at every turn, and just going to run out of time here. And really, I think the difference maker so far, oh, as ScrMz decides to spot him one. But looking at that scoreboard, look at that, 6 headshots, almost 2,000 damage with that lightning gun. go on to ScrMz side to check out his stats in comparison. No huge numbers jumping out, just really all positioning and control. Once ScrMz got on top of that, remember, about 5 to 6 minutes left. It was a 1-frag game. zelvzz was coming back. ScrMz fought his way back into it, kind of slowed things down, picked up some vials, won a fight over the 100 armor. Next thing you know, it's a 10-frag game. So really credit ScrMz there. A lot of, kind of a veteran move there, just to know when to turn it on, and churned out 2-3 kills in a row multiple times off spawns. I think that was the big difference maker here. That said, map 2 backspace. This will be zelvzz map choice. We'll see if things look any different on this map. What's up, everyone? Got a lot of people in chat. I'm just noticing how big the viewer numbers are. Appreciate that. So that will be ScrMz with 1 map win. There, he gets a big old fancy 1 next to his name. That's like a banana sticker. Ooh, UT2K4 does not like being alt-tabbed. I'm sorry, UT. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, no. Oh no, did I crash? Oh. Well, hopefully they didn't get started while we were crashing. I think they were Demko playing some 2K4. Shout out to Demko. All right. 1 second. It looks like the server browser did not save my game. All right, let me add to favorites, throw an IP address, do that, jump in here, hit the thing, press the button, there we go. And it's just like nothing happened. Everything is fine. Going just according to plan. But yeah, so map 1, going to ScrMz, kicking it, I don't even know if you can call that old school from a UT perspective, but Refinery, the 2K4 launch map, and then Backspace, one that really didn't come into favor until a couple years. I think it was probably 2005-06 before we were really playing Backspace. I don't know when the map kind of came into existence. But it was one when people were kind of getting tired of playing like Ironic, Rankin, Refinery over and over. You had a few different maps that we tried out that we kind of, opened up. Actually, I hosted a few tournaments myself specifically for playing new maps. So cutting out the big 3. And this was one that kind of stayed in favor. It kept being one that people would play. You'll notice, Erase from UT4 bears a lot of resemblance to this. Kind of Refinery inspired in its architecture, but, sort of a jungle gym. Yeah, I believe Leah came before Backspace, if I'm not mistaken.
8, 7.
All right, players are ready. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 jumping into map 2. We've got ScrMz versus zelvzz in this 2K4 King of Quarantine duel tournament. Again, check out the brackets with the brackets command in chat. Matches going on all over the place this week. And next week, for that matter. We just saw map 1 going to ScrMz on Refinery. Ooh, a shock. Losing out. So zelvzz right now continuing his run with his aim, just shooting his way back into it. A little bit more, I guess, slow pace of a map, especially the way these two are playing it, kind of more carefully. Based on what we saw on Refinery, wouldn't be surprised to see zelvzz continue that, trying to hold the high ground, challenging from a distance. His lightning gun has been on point, had 6 headshots that first map. Would love to bait ScrMz into jumping into some more. More to the point, though, I think controlling that 100 armor was huge. There were so many fights, especially in the first half of Refinery, where ScrMz would win and have less than 50 HP left. So just one shot away. Oh, chasing him down. Couldn't hit that flak shot, that risk versus reward. I mean, you go all in with that flak. Ooh, ScrMz right here. Delaying that 100 armor, so we'll see if zelvzz heard it taken and got the new timing, or if he's going to be showing up late to the party. Actually, I guess it would be early to the party next spawn. He may be off on his timing if he tries to challenge it next time. Nice job with that link, though, pushing ScrMz away. We saw ScrMz trying to get that combo off, getting turned away by the damage. See most of those hit scan weapons, right? You got shock. Oh, nice combo there right around the corner. zelvzz has been maybe caught out being a little overly aggressive a couple times in this matchup, both in Refinery and here on Backspace. ScrMz has basically baited him into charging around corners a couple times, hit him with combos, even hit him with rockets a couple of times in the first map. We'll see if that continues. In the same way that ScrMz, ooh, giving up that 100 armor, has the flak out, takes a shield shot. ScrMz that now down to 39 HP on the run. You do see him picking up that lightning gun. It's in a little bit more convenient place on this map. He didn't really try to control LG at all in Refinery. Ended up being okay in the end, but zelvzz certainly used that to his advantage, shooting his way right back in towards the middle of the map. But we'll see what happens this time. zelvzz taking control of that 100 armor. He's actually been using a little bit more shock this time. A nice escape by ScrMz there. zelvzz had him right where he wanted him. He's got obviously the armor and definitely the health advantage on him. Now he's backing up into that lightning gun. Definitely his favored opening weapon. That's what he's going to want to do from a distance. Nearly a headshot there. The follow-up shock primaries juggles him into the corner, and that is the first lead for zelvzz. Ready to go now on this next 100 armor. And now, just like we saw before, ScrMz was in view of that 100 armor, so he should have at least roughly the timing of it. So the next time it pops up, probably going to have a bit of a challenge, regardless of who's in control at that moment. Oh, but zelvzz right now continuing to shoot with 4 shock primaries right there. Has him in the corner, knows he's weak, and there finally gets him with the shock ball. But that said, ScrMz doing major damage, taking him down, putting a lot of pressure on him. zelvzz does get the kill, but going to have to look for some health soon. There are quite a few vials. There's almost sort of a deceptive number of vials in this map. So zelvzz making great use of those. zelvzz should have control of this 100 armor. Remember, we saw ScrMz kind of see it from a distance. Maybe has the rough timing of it, but didn't have the exact timing. Costs him there. zelvzz doesn't get it, though. Ends up getting away with 7 HP. And so this is kind of an exact turnaround compared to the first map. In the first map, we saw ScrMz on the back of those 100 armors, able to get that one extra shot, surviving multiple fights with less than 50 HP. zelvzz has done that a couple of times himself there. ScrMz with a chase down, earns that point back. So about a third of the way into this one, still a 2-frag lead for zelvzz. What we haven't seen is either player go on a run off of spawn kills. We definitely saw that from ScrMz on Refinery, able to get 2-3 kills in a row. And I think that was really the biggest difference in the match. So far, these two basically, after a kill, they kind of go to their separate corners, restock, and then we see a fight again a minute or two later. No one gone on a big run, and I think that could be what breaks this map open one way or the other, is who's the first one to get 2, 3, 4 kills in succession like that. Ooh, pinned back in the corner, another shock duel. I think a shock duel like that probably benefits zelvzz if it's going to be a long-range hit scan battle. ScrMz probably been better off with his, or been better with his combos so far. But in this game, combos are only going to do you any good if you can either get a prediction shot from long range, or if you can get up kind of close to mid-level. zelvzz right now with these long-range pokes, I think that advantage is going to go to his side as far as accuracy is concerned. And yeah, people asking about the music. This is actually just the UT99 soundtrack. I typically throw that in the background to have some consistency. So, you know, if we run through different menus or change maps or whatever, the music's consistently there. But yes, UT 2004, if you'll recall, did ship with an in-game music player that you can build your own playlists in. You can play FLAC files, I think, like or is it Og Vorbis? You can play Og Vorbis tracks. Really kind of interesting to have that built in like that. There's like hotkeys to go to the next one and all this. Kind of nice. Back in an era when everyone was still using Winamp. In fact, when we used Winamp to shoutcast. In fact, where the term shoutcast came from was the plugin for Winamp that allowed people to broadcast. So I get to ask that question from time to time. Not only why do you call it shoutcasting when it's really called streaming now, but then where does that term even come from? It is the Winamp plugin. It really whips the llama's ass. Meanwhile, zelvzz bouncing up top, up to 170. So keep in mind, this time of the match in Refinery, right around the halfway point, zelvzz was able to take control back, looking very similar to now, but by that point, he already had like an 8-9 frag deficit that he was building himself up from, or building himself up against, right? Like, he was fighting back from a huge, digging himself out of a hole. Right now, he's only got a 2 frag lead, but look at that stack that he's built up, feeling very comfortable. What he doesn't want to do is get complacent, because if he gives up too many little armors like that, while ScrMz hasn't gone on a big run on this map, hasn't had that 2, 3, 4 frag, spree. Oh, nice flak right there, diving right in his face with it. We certainly know he's capable of it, and so you definitely want to keep building that lead, keep building that buffer. You're only about halfway through this one. Ooh, mid-air turnaround shot. That was nice concentration there by zelvzz. Feeling very comfortable with his aim right now. Lots of kind of 3D awareness as well as mouse control on display there. One thing we haven't seen from him, is the crazy headshots. Nice fall away, kind of fade away combo there to get away from that flak. zelvzz really on top of ScrMz this map. And I think that, and there's a nice LG right up the ledge. Pixel perfect shot. Doesn't get the kill, but turns him away. Oh, catches him from behind with a combo. His shield belt's going to be gone. Anything will take him out. But right now, ScrMz answering back with some shock primaries. zelvzz, but the big combo, and zelvzz down to 32 HP. Now he's going to be on the run. What does it look like from ScrMz's perspective? Down to 4 HP. One shot from either player would have ended that fight instead. ScrMz's going to back off, use that opportunity to pick up a shock rifle, but still down to 24 health. We do see him cycling through that lightning gun, so maybe that has something to do. I haven't been looking at the number of pickups necessarily, but maybe that's why zelvzz, having less LG in his hands, having less headshots, been using a little bit more of that shock rifle. Maybe a little more control focus by ScrMz on it, given what we saw in map 1. That said, I don't know if he lost timing of that 100 armor or if he just didn't feel like he was in position to safely challenge it. Certainly was low on health. If so, it was kind of a smart move, because while he conceded the 100, he took a couple shots down there. He also got his health all the way back up. Look, he's at 50 over 114. So from 4 HP, he was able to get 50 armor and over 100 health. So probably just conceding that 100 in that case. Basically one shot difference between what his stack was and where zelvzz was. But zelvzz now looking for that follow-up kill. He hasn't really been able to string many together. This could be an opportunity. And the falling lightning gun had it lined up, actually missed both shots there. But up to a 6 frag lead. We're 2/3 of the way through with this map. Oh, was that a headshot? That was definitely... Yeah, I think that was a headshot by ScrMz to break down his armor there. Opening headshot got the kill without, the body shot, but still. The answer back from ScrMz. 5 minutes to go, still plenty of time. And there's another kill on the board, down to a 4 frag lead. And zelvzz now in his crosshair, only 87 HP. He's got to kind of pick his spots here, find a way to get free damage. He doesn't want to trade kills here back and forth, and that's exactly what happens. It's a nice job by zelvzz of diving in his face, forcing the issue, kind of making it a 50-50. Because again, if they trade kills back and forth with a 5 frag lead and time running out, that is perfectly fine for zelvzz. All right, so ScrMz now looking at that clock. He's got about 4 minutes to go. Diving in there, gets that 100 armor pistons out. So a nice Nice timing there as he had those shock balls coming in, the combos. Ooh, and every time he's gone for that corner health, zelvzz has just been waiting for him with shots, throwing him down range. A little bit of damage, nothing huge. I'm surprised at how few fights we've seen over that 50 armor. I feel like we haven't seen it contested so much. And I'm curious if that's a deliberate decision or if people are just finding themselves out of position. In any case, down to 3.5 minutes to go now. ScrMz gonna have to start being a little bit more urgent if he's gonna try to fight his way back into this one. Because it isn't a particularly small map. It's one you can definitely keep some distance between yourself and your opponent. He needs to try to do what we saw him do in Refinery, which is not only catch him in an ambush, get 1 or 2 kills, but then try to churn a couple of kills off of that as well. Because right now, the only real fights we're seeing is when they reconvene over an armor, basically. ScrMz has had a... Oh, another flak ball, though. Doing major damage. Let's take a look from zelvzz perspective. Down at 12 HP. We'll see ScrMz trying to track him down with the lightning gun, and he does. And now he needs to convert a spawn kill. Find some way to get a second one on the board. Not so easy in a map this size, but he does find him off the spawn. He's got the minigun out. Just waiting for him to pop his head out. 50 armor. Sounds like it was just taken, so they ambush with flak right around the corner. There's a dangerous move and gets him with the flak ball. ScrMz with a big risk there. There's the lightning gun shot. Needs one more to get another kill and pull within 2, but he's down to 15 HP and he doesn't want to give up any kills himself. 100 armor spawning soon. This is a game of chicken right now. Only 30 HP. He's going to grab it. He does. A split second before he takes a lightning gun shot. And ScrMz now down to 2 minutes to go. Has to be aggressive here. zelvzz dives down right in front of him, but unfortunately for ScrMz, able to get to that shock rifle first. Gonna have to try to cut him off. Health is gone. zelvzz stuck in a corner with no HP there. Takes some damage. And there it is, the flak ball. So unfortunate timing for zelvzz. Allows ScrMz to pull within 2, and then that health pops right back up afterwards. Back up to 65 HP. He'd like to have some more health or armor in him, but running out of time. It's going to be a big fight. This is one of the biggest fights we've seen over this 50 armor. It could be the most important. zelvzz able to grab it. Another flak ball. ScrMz has been basically flak balling his way back into this one. But again, time not on his side, waiting for those health packs. We saw those come up huge in the last fight. 100 armor is his. There'll be 100 armor left, but by that point, the match could be decided. He's got to just go all out right now. Turns the corner. zelvzz hits him with a combo, blasts him off of the ledge. That's going to eat some more time off the clock as he looks to try to close that gap. There's a big combo, but up close with the flak. If he can get another magic flak ball, but he can't. And look at that, zelvzz staying alive and still pretty healthy now. And that could do it. Going to be a 4-frag lead with less than a minute to go. There is the GG coming out. And zelvzz really never really stamped down on the gas, never really went on a big run of 4, 5, 6 kills in a row. In fact, I don't think we saw a killing spree for either player this map. But really consistent control by zelvzz. Didn't really panic at any point.
30 seconds left.
Okay, looks like they're going to start choosing the tiebreaker map. So far, we've got one match from this tournament under our belts and already a tiebreaker. So always love to see that.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Reverse. Reverse is the other map I was trying to think of that came out right around the same time as Backspace. Kind of came into favor. We were trying, a bunch of different new maps. Leah had kind of already been played. I think Leah was popular. Was Leah a 2K3 map or a bonus pack map or something? I feel like because the version we play now is ESWC 2K5. So at that point in 2005, it had already gone through iteration. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 2K5. So definitely a map that was around relatively early on in the UT2K4 days. In any case, Backspace and Reverse, those were the two I was thinking of that kind of came around later. I had actually worked on a version of DM Altina, of all things. Very obscure map that I thought was really cool to jump around on. We used it in a tournament. Never really had time to go back and play it, or to go back and play with it. But that had a layout that was actually kind of neat. Yeah, you can see ScrMz saying, I haven't played Backspace since I was like 3 years old. All right, let me get the update there. Zelvz earning himself a map. Hopefully UT doesn't crash this time. It very well may, so if it's going to crash, let's have it crash early. Hey, it didn't crash this time. There we go. So there we go. You can see 1-1. Number 6 seed ScrMz against number 11 zelvzz. This guy's ready to go with this tiebreaker coming up right about now-ish. All right, players are ready. Spam binds are coming out. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the tiebreaker map of this UT2K4 King of Quarantine Duel Cup. Both players have won their respective maps. Now we're going to go on to Leah, splitting the difference between one of the earliest maps played in 2K4 Duel and then one of the later ones coming down the pipe. We're going to go back to Leah. Leah, of course, still popular in the UT4 days. So a map that has endured. And there you see the shock rifle. That shot going to be probably the most important weapon that they fight over on this map. We've seen the lightning gun be huge in Refinery. We'll see what happens. They fight over it here. zelvzz gets it in his hands. We'll see if he can do what he did in map 1. Shooting his way into the game. Dropped 6 headshots in that map, remember. So right now, kind of a bit of posturing. Some back and forth damage going back and forth. We'll switch over to ScrMz's perspective. He's still at 100 HP. zelvzz at 95 over 122. And so one thing you will note about Leah in this game, it's scaled a little bit differently. Of course, the movement in 2K4 completely different than something like UT4. A little bit more open, more room to bounce around in, mostly because of the movement. So you're going to see you can kind of keep people at bay a little bit more. You're not going to see the rockets play a role as much as you would in UT4 for those of you who are used to watching it in that game on my stream. But here we go, the fadeaway combo by zelvzz. Ambushing, though, still ever important in this map. It's still a relatively tight map. It's kind of folds in on itself. So combos around corners. Going to see flak sometimes play a big role. We saw the flak balls by ScrMz, almost getting him back in on backspace. So it's kind of an amazing display there. That's something he can definitely get going this map. Ooh, missing the jump in combo there. Difficult shot. zelvzz going to have to back up, maybe try to blast him away from the belt, and does just that. I say belt, 100 armor. zelvzz pushing him up against the wall just long enough to run in and steal it. ScrMz going to be on the run with 50 under his belt, but only 69 HP, finally getting his way back up to some semblance of protection. Oh, a combo coming up. Luckily for him, ready to backtrack. And a smart play, scooping up all of these vials. Catching him. Oh, nice LG shot falling down. ScrMz heard him coming. Tried to line him up with the flak, but couldn't quite connect. So now we're going to be zelvzz. Or we're going to be on board with zelvzz, rather, with huge armor and health stack. Not uncommon to see people stacking up their health on this map, though. Oh, the nice combo. Blasts him across the map. I didn't expect him to keep going. I think he threw him a little too far there. Oh, nice midair flak follow-up by zelvzz. Again, flak could be huge in this map. Both players have shown comfort with the hit scan weapons, shock and lightning gun, both doing pretty well with the combos on backspace. Controlling the shot going to be critical in this map, but it could come down to who can hit the bigger shots when they get close range. especially when they're fighting over that 100 armor up top. Oh, there's one big flak ball. Can he follow it up with a primary? Two primary shocks falling away from zelvzz. That may have saved them there. No, they jump in close range against each other. Next shot will win the fight, and that goes to zelvzz. Down to 24 HP, though. He's got a minigun on him. Down to 16. He's got to run away now, and that may earn ScrMz 100 armor over there. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, he's got that 100 armor, and he beats him to the shock rifle. So critical there. zelvzz does have a shock of his own, but could be running low on ammo soon. Gives up the shock to ScrMz. ScrMz eats a combo, so he's got to find a way here to ambush him. And he has him right where he wants him. Can't complete the combo. And again, it could come down to one shot, and there it is. ScrMz down to 8 HP, but finally wins a fight. That was close. Has to get himself back healed up, but we had seen zelvzz win both in backspace and the first two fights here where he gets away with very low HP. So basically super close fights had gone to zelvzz. In the second and third map, ScrMz comes away with the victory there and gets himself some semblance of control. There's still 10 minutes left, so tons of time for him to try to mount a comeback here. Cold him, the cat is sleeping in very strange places these days, so not in camera view. He was sleeping on the computer chair right next to me all night. Then I woke up in the morning and now he's sleeping outside in the sun. I don't know, man. He's just been extra weird lately, so maybe I'll try to bribe him into hanging out in the computer chair again so I can get him on camera. Nice combo. Pinned him into the corner. Juggling him with the primary, pulls within one. ScrMz again favoring that shock rifle, but I think making a little bit of a concerted effort to scoop up that lightning gun. Has him in the corner off the spawn, trying to do some minigun damage, but again, this map, despite being kind of folded in on itself, still some pretty wide open areas, so difficult to really chase someone down with a minigun like that. Does earn him another 100 armor, though, as zelvzz is going to be on the run. Pardon me while I smash my face into my mic. Ooh, nice work there by zelvzz, avoiding that rockets. Or the rockets there. ScrMz trying to cut him off with the lift. Huge damage by this minigun now. Ultimately, ScrMz pulls out the mini and wins that fight, but look how much of that armor and health stack he ate up with that minigun. So a bit of a tactical death there by zelvzz, evening out health and armor stack. ScrMz up to 50 again with that pickup, but we're all tied up. We're almost at the halfway point, back to square one. There's one lightning gun shot from zelvzz. There's a shock ball and another shot by ScrMz, and again, ScrMz with 32 HP. So these two just trading rolls back and forth with who gets away with less than 50 HP. Oh, ScrMz almost had him lined up with a combo. We saw that on Rankin, or excuse me, Refinery, where over and over ScrMz was able to turn one kill into two. Almost had one there. We'll go on board with zelvzz. You can see down to 25 HP. Oh, looking for that lightning gun peak shot. This would be a big opportunity to pull out flak if either player has it. I don't know if zelvzz has it because he just pulled out rockets, which not a bad idea when you've got someone backing up on a ramp like that. But in any case, both players essentially just back out of there. Past the halfway point, one frag game. Both players maybe being a little bit more careful. This is a map that's kind of conducive to that. Hard, like we said, kind of hard to chase someone down. Really need more of an ambush scenario. There's one shot. Oh, almost the mid-air rocket going for the frag video kill with zelvzz. Didn't get it. ScrMz on top, and now big armor lead and the ability to try to break this one open. There's another kill. If we can get another kill off the spawn here, that would be huge. Looks like no opportunity there. 50 not up, so... Oh, ScrMz, though, baits him into another combo. So big LG shot comes out, but look at that. Erases most of that damage with that 50 armor. And ScrMz now with a super important 4 frag lead there. Even if zelvzz goes on a run, now he's going to have to start keeping an eye on the clock. Big flat ball comes in. Oh, and another one from behind. Flat primary takes him down to 16 HP, but the combo by ScrMz, 16 HP and gets the kill. How many times has he been under 50, under 40, in this case under 20 health, and still come away with the kill this map? Just absolutely clutch shot so far. So another 100 armor going to ScrMz. He's been fighting his way back into this one and extending this lead. zelvzz was looking good early on, but ScrMz in control, getting stuck on that lip. Dangerous spot, but he pulls out that shield and gets away just barely. Could have been a dangerous spot for him. Let's go over to zelvzz perspective and see what he's doing to try to build back up into this one. He's got 140 HP. Pretty much even armor. Be very intriguing to see what happens over this next 100 armor. Ooh, the shock ball is not lining up for zelvzz. Comes up empty, and look at that chase down from behind by ScrMz. Knows he has him weak. Will we see a combo up through the grates below? You can see the shots being fired. zelvzz can't afford to die here and give up another free kill, so he's going to have to back up. Gives up 100 armor area. Going to scoop up the 50 and look for some health. But now he's going to be fighting from a health and armor deficit.
5 minutes remaining.
5-minute warning, so still lots of time left. But with a 5 frag deficit to make up. Oh, there's some nice rockets from up top. Looking for the combo, and zelvzz right now just not having any luck placing his combos. You can see him trying to use those shock traps. He'll throw one shock ball left, one shock ball right. Hoping to pick one, hoping to corner ScrMz and get that kill. Hasn't worked out in the last few minutes. If you're zelvzz, you might start looking for a home run shot, blasting him away with that combo. He might be able to pull out a minigun or something after taking down that shield gun. Gets one more shot trailing away, but looking now to get in position for that 100 armor. Looks like ScrMz going to stand in and fight it. Kind of surprised after taking that damage, and there it is, finally. Doesn't get the combo, but gets the alt fire and then the primary. And zelvzz has broken the seal. Now he needs to do what ScrMz was able to do and turn that into 2 or 3 kills to get his way, or to fight his way back into this one. He needs to get within... You're pretty much looking for a kill a minute. Oh, but just to look safe, but there it is. The flak rush by ScrMz erases that last kill. Back up to a 5 frag lead, and now you're looking into some really tough going on a map of this size. The close range minigun. zelvzz going all in here with the mini, trying to break him down. He's going to go down to that shock core. And ScrMz balls him in the face and may well have just secured a victory. So the advantage, of course, ScrMz has now is he knows zelvzz has to be blindly aggressive. He can just throw spam behind him, throw combos, flak balls, and basically just bait zelvzz into it. It's kind of what he's been doing all match anyway, to mixed success. It certainly worked well in Refinery. zelvzz, unfortunately, going to be running out of time. ScrMz on the run. You can see a little bit of an armor advantage, but look at that shock ball again. I've actually seen a surprising amount of damage come out from ScrMz. Well, that looked like... wasn't quite an anti-combo. Looks like ScrMz comboed zelvzz ball. Kills himself immediately. That'll give zelvzz a little bit of hope, but has to get in his grill immediately. 2.5 minutes to go. Can't afford. Basically has to just pick a spot and try to ambush him. Oh, is that a double back by ScrMz? Yeah, he goes right up to the 100 armor. I'm actually kind of surprised. See ScrMz fighting over the 100 armor. Gets the kill with the minigun. And I think that's going to do it. There you go, 2 minutes to go. Big lead now by ScrMz, kind of taking control the last few minutes. It's so tough on a map like this whenever you are down and you just have to blindly chase. So many choke points in this map to get caught up on. So ScrMz looks like he's in good position to win this match, take this tiebreaker map, move on in the bracket. Of course, you go into the chat, you can use the bracket or brackets command to send you to that challenge link that'll show you the brackets. We'll take a quick look after this match as well. They will play this one out. They will play this one out, but it looks like ScrMz on top. And there it is, the killing spree. 5 kills straight just to ice this one. And again, not going to matter at this point, but with 17 HP, we saw that over and over and over, especially in the second half of this game. ScrMz just found a way to stand in there, hit that one extra shot. I think he got half a dozen kills with less than 50 HP. So it just tells you one shot away, one shock primary, and how many of those fights could have flipped the other direction. All right, so you see the good lucks and the GGs coming out from these players. We're going to quit out and move over to the brackets page. Give you a look at that. You saw ScrMz versus zelvzz down there at the bottom, number 6 seed versus number 11. ScrMz moving on, but a pretty good challenge there by zelvzz. Of course, taking it to a tiebreaker map, and actually looked pretty good, especially even in the loss on Refinery. I mean, dropping 6 headshots like that, pretty good showing by zelvzz. Had a chance there on Leah, actually. I mean, like ScrMz said, definitely closer than the final score would indicate. So many 50-50 fights that just didn't go his way. And I feel like ScrMz's movement was maybe, kind of throwing him for a loop just a little bit. It seemed like zelvzz was trying to line up shock balls and shock combos and shock traps and, whatever you want to call them, and just not quite getting it. So take a quick look at the bracket. ScrMz versus Dylan. Of course, ScrMz number 1 seed. I think they played yesterday. A couple of these matches I think may have even happened earlier today. I think I saw some folks talking about that in the Discord channel. Far as I know, there's not a consistent schedule for these matches. Guys are pretty much playing them as they're available. So look for some of these matches to kind of get played in the next few days, maybe next week. I do think that we're going to try to time, maybe the finals, maybe even semifinals, whatever we can. At a point where someone can cast them, maybe me, maybe whoever else is around. Again, due to my work schedule and time zones, and of course UTPL happening on Sundays, probably only going to be available next Saturday. So we'll see. Maybe we'll be able to slide the finals in there. In any case, keep an eye on it. You can see the bracket command in chat. And yeah, so thanks for hanging out. Let's see if there's anything else to really cover. Doesn't look like that, so I'll give you one last little chance to glance at those brackets. Yeah, it is mostly mostly a European bracket here. Of course, some of these players, guys like Aiko, also in the UTPL matches that we've been casting. So yeah, I guess again, utproleague.com. Raise Your Edge Gaming is the channel that I'll be casting those on every Sunday for the next, 8 weeks or so. So definitely be sure to tune into that. Definitely keep an eye out for this. And as always, if anyone else has any other events coming up, going on, definitely let me know. I've been very busy lately, so may or may not be available, but definitely we'll see what we can work out. So thanks to players for showing up. Thanks to zelvzz for hitting me up. I think ScrMz and zelvzz kind of both let me know about this and helped get this scheduled. Of course, thanks for them for showing up and playing. The admins for running this event and keeping it going. I'm definitely curious to see how it goes in the future. You can definitely, I can definitely keep saying definitely before every sentence as we look at the left side here. Lots of names, that are well known, lots of names that are kind of new to me. So, very intriguing bracket to look through. So in any case, we'll follow along with this. You follow along at home. Appreciate everyone showing up. We had actually upwards of almost 80 viewers. So for something that was kind of just off the cuff like this, really appreciate everyone hanging out. We got the follows and all of that. Got some bits coming through. Always appreciative. Again, you'll see me tomorrow casting UTPL on the Raise Your Edge Gaming channel. And otherwise, everyone, play video games and be safe and, otherwise be excellent to each other. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys next time.